All right, you feather merchants. This video is going to be about what I've learned from being on this planet for 83 years. Of course, I can't list everything I've learned. This would be an endless video. I just wanted to share a couple of highlights with you. And some of these you might find informative and entertaining, and others might piss you off. I don't know. But here goes. And uh, one of the main things I have found out is, or I observed, is there's three types of people generally that you'll meet on this planet. And that's people that make things happen, people that watch things happen, and people that aren't aware of anything happening. And that last group brings to mind where most of these people come from. And in my opinion, most of those people come from California. And the reason I say California is I know a lot of good people that live in California, but I'd say they have a high population of stupid people in California. And the reason I come to this conclusion is California actually has by far the most gang members of any other state in the U.S. That is unbelievable, and you got to wonder, why is that? And I came to the conclusion that there's a lot of stupid people here. Um, anyway, especially when you think of the U.S., uh, people that live in the U.S. have more opportunities than people in any other country in the world. I don't care what country you come up with, U.S. has more opportunities than any other country. You can be anything you want here. It's amazing. And why anyone would wake up and say, I want to be a gang member. Yes, I'd like to be a gang member. And to prove that I'm a gang member, I want to cover my body with gang tattoos. I want to put them on my face and even on top of my head. Now, not all gang members do this, but many, probably most of them do, because they're proud of being a gang member. And some of the alternatives of being a gang member is why don't you just join the military? Finish your high school, don't quit. Finish high school, or if that's too much for you, get a GED and join the military. And you could take that one step further and actually make a career out of the military. And no matter what your likes or dislikes are, um, there's a spot for you in the military in one of those branches. And another alternative is joining the trade unions, and not non-union. I mean trade unions like iron workers, sheet metal workers, carpenters, pipe fitters, plumbers, boiler makers, but union uh, tradespeople, because you don't want to waste your time working for a company that won't give you a pension. That's really important. That at some point in time in your life, if you're lucky, you're going to live to be old, and you'll be happy if you have a couple of pensions, at least one pension, along with Social Security, and of course that'll give you that pension. And a lot of people wonder, well, college. Why don't you advise going to college? And the reason I don't advise them on going to college out of high school is because some of the dumbest people I've ever met hold university degrees. That that's a fact. And in any of the professions that I can think of, and they are not everyone is stupid that has a college degree. Obviously, there's a lot of bright people that are college graduates, but some of the dumbest people I've met over the years had degrees. So it doesn't. All it does is open the doors for certain professions. But when you compare those professions to like even being a correctional officer in California, that one's a hard one to beat. Even with the nonsense going on today with the poor leadership, uh, I don't think that's going to last forever. Eventually, those people end up going someplace. I don't know, but the pensions you get from the California Department of Corrections are some of the best pensions you can think of. I can't think of a federal pension that's as good. Um, doesn't even come close. Anyway, that's just something to give some thought to. And while I'm on the subject of the gang members, YouTube has really grown a lot since I got on YouTube. And fortunately for me, I don't make a living on YouTube because if I did, I'd starve because I was never, I never had a lot of people that tuned into my station. But there's some gang members, former gang members, that have outstanding YouTube channels. And these are gang members that were hardcore California gang members that turned their life around. And two of them come to mind. Renee, Boxer Enriquez, he's got an incredible podcast, and it keeps getting better all the time. Outstanding content. And another is Ramon uh, uh, Mendoza, Mundo Mendoza. He is another one, has an outstanding channel. And both of these guys, they were hardcore Mexican mafia members that had committed murders. And these guys turned their life around, and they realized Jesus died on the cross for our sins, and they asked for forgiveness. And I firmly believe that that's why they're so successful with their YouTube channels, and good for them. And uh, this one just came to mind. I spent 17 years working inside California Department of Correction. Most of that time was inside Pelican Bay when it was a real prison, and that's before these lunatics took over, and I don't know what it is today. Anyway, of course, I had numerous jobs in Pelican Bay, and one of them, as I was progressing, I had a yard crew, and it was on B Yard, and I had a yard crew for I think about 3 years, and very few people back then were paroling. Um, Almost all the people we had there, inmates, they were hardcore criminals that had just went beyond uh, everything, and they're doing life without. So, but anyway, this one particular inmate that was in my yard crew, he told me he was paroling, and I thought, wow, good for you. Anyway, the next morning, he showed up to work. Now he's only about 2 days of packing up, from packing up and paroling. And he reported to work, and I couldn't help notice that either he or his cellie did this, but he had the penal code for under the influence on tattooed on his forehead. 11550 tattooed on his forehead. There's not a cop in California that doesn't know what that means, and naturally they're gonna pull this guy over, and they're gonna want to talk to him for sure. Um, and I asked him, I said, "Why would you do that? You know, you're derailing any chance of doing well over there. You know, you don't. You show up for a job interview, and you got a tattoo on your forehead that says you're under the influence of a controlled substance. You know." And you know what he told me? He said, "Prison is his home, and when he paroles, he's paroled before. He just it's like a vacation to him, and he'll come back." And I don't know where he's at today. I'm sure I don't even know if he's still alive. You know, when you lead that kind of life, if you don't eventually wake up, chances are you're not going to be around much longer. Um, anyway, I had to write some of these down, but I think oh, you know, this is another one. I did write this down. You know what always surprised me as to how many people in the U.S. live and die with a very close distance of where they were born. I've always been mystified by that. You know, out of well, I love traveling. Or I did, you know, when I was younger, and I was adventurous. That's why I had the career choices that I had, and I spent over 20 years in foreign countries, traveling, working, and so forth. But anyway, that's always mystified me as to why anyone would do that. But most people, that's what they end up doing. And anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you. And I want to thank you, Feather Merchants, for stopping by. And I'll see you on the next video.